Woo.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
There we go.
Get some coffee going, right?
Yeah.
Nice, yummy, delicious chocolate.
Chocolate coffee.
Chocolate
I might
coffee.
have to start trying that.
Yeah.
I like chocolate. I like coffee. Yep.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. I use
So good morning, everybody.
yeah, good morning. Good morning, Michael Superbacker, Richie Dubs, D. Lawson. Hello. Hello. Whoa. Yeah. So you had a good day?
A good day?
Yeah.
My day's just starting.
It's just starting. That's
Yeah.
morning for you.
That's right. Early
Yeah.
morning. Not early, but well, I'm glad you don't start your show at like 7 o'clock.
Right?
Yeah. You know, I still be in Slumberland.
You'd be sleeping. Yeah, dude, I couldn't even make it at 7 o'clock my time.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Hillbilly. Hello. Morning. Yeah.
Yeah. Morning.
Oh. Someone decided to show up. Someone showed up. Hello.
What's up? I'm on my damn. There I am. How y'all doing?
Pretty good. We just started the show.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how long you were going to be gone.
Yeah, I had to get some things done before my buddy showed up.
Yeah. Get it done. Get it done. Is it a good day for you, Mr. Hillbilly?
Yeah, pretty good day.
Yeah.
Pretty
good.
Trying to wrestle myself up. Some mornings you're just not as motivated as others.
Yep.
That's true.
But I done lost my dang gone vape.
No. Don't lose that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
You lost it, huh?
Yeah, it's a little throwaway. Shoot.
Well, we'll wait for you while you go get another one.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
All right, be right back, bud.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Yeah, we're right here.
Right here. That's right. So it's morning somewhere. I mean, you're doing pretty good since you do this every day. I mean, you can't be. It's hard to be on top. Every day. But you're doing good. You're awesome. You're amazing. And everybody on the channel is amazing.
Amazing.
That's right.
Indeed, you all are amazing. As I'm about to play this clip.
Shockwave! What is your command, Megatron?
Subscribe for Magic the Gathering and other content for evil fun.
Fear not, Megatron. Cybertron shall remain as you leave it.
Claim full 6 games.
Woo! Morning.
Wow.
Isn't that the truth? He should have taken the day off, bud. You just got home from a long vacation. You need a little vacation from your vacation and from work to kind of recoup.
That's the way it goes, huh?
Alrighty, I'm back.
He's back.
He's back. Looks like you're front.
Huh?
I was just making a joke.
Oh, that went right over my.
And I said, "You're front."
Oh, that just went right over my head.
Sorry, it's accidental humor.
Accidental. Man, Woof. Feel that energy. Build it up. Get excited. That's what we're doing today.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have a topic today. We have an interesting topic that I think we should cover because I think in a way we're headed the right direction. The topic of today is the future of MTG standard safe, meaning about paper magic. And before I go on too much, let's get to define the topic. Ooh, still feel fancy. All right. So let's define the topic. What do I mean is the future of standard safe?
Hmm.
I don't know.
The Lawson says Niners fan I see.
Well,
Ooh.
on the way, you talking about standard in general?
Mhm. Like for paper magic. That's why I'm fighting the subject. Like paper. Like, is it going to be good for the LGS? Is it going to be good for paper players? Like, I know Arena's doing pretty balling. There's a lot of content out there of people playing standard on Arena.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
for paper, the only way it can be safe is if Wizards gets in there and fix the problems with standard. But if they do that, that's going to take them a year just to implement a plan to fix it.
Right. So
No idea what you guys are talking about. I'm sure there's a standard game and so I'll just listen. You guys,
there's different formats, different ways to play Magic. You got modern, vintage, commander, standard, and in arena you got alchemy, historic.
Oh yeah. Then the time Dad played with me, he played Commander.
Yes. Yes, it was yeah, that's pretty good. I just can't learn Magic in a couple of days.
No, it takes some time sometimes.
It's going to take. I mean, I'm just playing Arena online, and it's the tutoring one. And anyway, I'm changing the subject here. You guys are talking about something else. So,
I'll talk away for something specific.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys have an interesting topic, I guess.
All right. Can I zoom in on that?
But in order for them to fix standard, it's going to take them a year to fix it if they have a plan. And
right.
Because the reason why I say it's going to take them a year because they get these sets coming in and it's already made.
Mm-hmm.
They make the sets like maybe a year in advance. So
a year to 2 years in advance. Yes.
Right. So they make them a year or 2 years in advance. That's how long it's going to take them to fix the game.
Right. So defining the topic here, because we're going to get to discussing the topic. Defining the topic is like where can we predict the future of standard in the LGS? And with that note, we're going to go to discuss the topic because it seems like we have more to talk about when discussing than it is to define. Woo-woo! All right, now let's discuss this thing because I got something to share on the screen.
Cool.
If we look at this roster for 2024 next year, we got Ravnica Remastered, which is not a standard set, but we got Murder of Karlov Manor, which is a Fallout set. then our Fallout set, which is a standard set. Then we got Fallout, which is not a standard set. We got Allies of Thunder Junction, that might be a standard set. We have no full clue on that one. Modern Horizons 3, which is obviously not standard. We got Assassin's Creed, which is not standard. Bloomburrow, which is probably standard. And Duskborn, which I think will be standard. So my assumption, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 sets coming out next year that are actually standard focused.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that Wizards is trying to push for a standard collection, like for standard to play. From the looks of the next year roster, like you were just saying, it'd probably take a year to fix standard. But I don't think Wizards knows what breaks standard. Let me see. Yeah, I'm scrolling down to see if they have the other list.
What's breaking standard is power creep.
Right. Yeah. And here's 2025. We got Ultimate, Final Fantasy, Volleyball, Wrestling, Yachting. They didn't go into much of that. We got Innistrad Remastered coming in at the end. Yeah, stop sharing. So power creep is a thing because they have to sell cards, and people don't want to buy cards that are not as powerful as cards that already exist.
I mean, it's good to have power creep, but don't take it overboard. With the power creep that they're putting out, it's going overboard.
I mean, power creep is insane.
I mean, take, for example, that Black Virtue that just came out in Wilds of Wild Dream.
Right?
That's the probably the most played virtue out there. Because you can kill a creature, gain life, plus you play that and bring that creature back onto your side of the battlefield.
Right.
Or mill yourself, bring your most powerful creature from your graveyard back to the battlefield with that virtue card. I mean, yeah.
Right. And what's crazy about the power creep is, like, usually Wizards like pushes up the power creep and they kind of settle back down. So like my thoughts is Ixalan's not going to be a power creep set, even though there's going to be some powerful cards. That's just an opinion based off previous notions, but not completely fact.
Right.
I'm going to share this screen. Boom. So power creep. Here's an example of power creep to me. Oh no, not that card. Not that card. Back up. Moonshaker Cavalier gets a card that White really needed, but now an example of power creep in this example is Moonshaker Cavalier is basically a functional reprint of another existing card that has a little change in text. Because there's a green version of the card that does the same kind of thing, right?
Yep.
So now Dex and Commander can have two examples of this win condition. And there's technically three when you got the Wild Boar card from a previous set that not as good but does a similar thing. So now we have a win condition that's based on the same thing. That's a power creep in its own right.
Right.
So one card I want to point out that I think will shake up a couple formats because of power creep is Regal Bunnycorn. Right? A weird looking creature. Like you wouldn't think a Bunnycorn would look this powerful. 2 mana, star. Regal Bunnycorn's power and toughness are equal to the number of non-land permanents you control. I mean, that's pretty beast. When in the right format, he could be like a 6/6 right off the bat with Moxen and everything.
Yeah.
You know, on the
as long as you got a wide board, this card is good.
Right. That's right.
Oh, this card right here wants you to go wide.
Yeah, it wants to go wide, but like imagine turn one, you play like 2 mocks and a land, you know, and you pay 2 mana to make a 3/3 turn one. Then turn two, you can beef it up even more, even with like enchantments, because it gets like Lethal Armor, because it gets +1/+1 for each enchantment control, so it'll give it a +1/+1 for itself. Then Regal Bunnycorn give it additional +1/+1 for being a permanent.
Mm-hmm. All right. Prom's talking about the new Galta.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the new Galta. It's strong, but the only way to really play it is ramp and cheat it in. There's plenty of ways to cheat cards in. But you got
Right.
your new cards from Wild's Isle Drain. There's only one card in Wild's Isle Drain that I know of in black that can actually cheat that in. Can't think of the name of the card. It's in black and it has bargain. You sacrifice a token, or you do your bargain,
Right.
and bring any creature from your graveyard back to the battlefield.
Oh, yeah.
Knight's Conquest. That's the name of the card. I think that card there is going to see more play when the next set comes out.
This Virtue right here. This one you're talking about, right?
No, it's right underneath that.
Oh, I like Virtue Persistence. Love it. All right. Lich's Conquest?
Yes.
That's not a Virtue.
Conquest.
All right. 5 mana sorcery, sacrifice any number of artifacts, enchantments, or tokens. Return that many creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's not bad. You know, to make that busted, if it also included lands.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be a good end game strike.
And in Historic, you got your indestructible artifact lands.
What does indestructible have to do with this?
Huh?
What does indestructible have to do with this?
They're artifacts.
Right,
but artifact lands. This can bring those back to the battlefield.
Creature card. Oh, you can bring indestructible creatures back. Yes. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say if they're indestructible, they don't die. I'm like, that's not how sacrificing works. But I get what you're saying now.
You can bring those lands back to the battlefield because they're artifact lands.
Yeah. Well, the artifact this returns creature cards from a graveyard to the battlefield, not the lands. But you can sacrifice your artifact lands.
Yeah. You can sacrifice your lands to this to bring your creature back.
Yeah, that's pretty beast.
Yep.
Pretty beast. Then
Wild's Isle Drain does have some power creep in it.
Yeah.
But it's more of a balanced power creep.
Outlaws.
The way I'm looking at it.
All right. But you get some good stuff. Like I think they really kept red pretty tamed.
Mm-hmm.
From the power level here. But what am I doing? There you go. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I think red's fair in this set. But anyways, I digress. Can't rely on.
But another thing Wizards needs to do to get standard back is they need to make cards for standard, not commander.
Right.
Because if they would just concentrate on standard, all these other formats will just follow suit.
Oh yeah. You know, they need a heavier standard focus, but they also need a heavier LGS focus too.
Right.
Which I haven't heard any of the news from Las Vegas, but it sounds like Wizards wants to put a focus on LGSs again, like a little focus on like certain things you can buy from the store. I think will be unique if it's implied. I'm waiting to see a YouTube variant of that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
They made that card for Commander. Which card? Which card, DeLawson? But like one thing that needs to be put attention to is the availability of LGS specific items. You know, like if you can get like a certain set only in LGSs, that'll bring people to the LGSs, especially if it's standard.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one thing they need to do, because in order to make standard healthy again, you got to bring life back into the stomping grounds of Magic. You know, Arena ain't gonna do it.
Yep.
And someone was saying while this is gone, someone earlier said, Richie Dubs actually said, "You mean as a format will it endure?" Because I'd suggest as long as Arena is a thing and new sets are a thing, will be format standard. I think. Well, I think they should find a way to tie Arena and regular Magic in together. And we have Benson. I'm reading off Discord, and I'm not just going to show Discord.
Oh, okay.
The game will be fine. You should see Magic back in 2008, 20 through 2010. I call that steroid era of MTG. We had Annihilator, Eldrazi, Infect, Bloodbraid Elf, Lightning Bolt, all in standard Infect, Jace, the Mind Sculptor, Thoughtsy, Snapcaster Mage, Lily of the Veil, just printed Delver too. And and that was between 2008 2012 when all that happened. That was insane.
Mm-hmm.
There were some insane times that all that happened, but I think it's good for the good. But like power creep will be power creep, but what I'm thinking is standard needs to look more attractive to players. Make it look better to players.
Yep.
Some people say bring value to the game, but really what we really need is more players to be attracted to the LGS and go in the stomping grounds. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like, what's the point of going to LGS? You gotta shake your head now. If I was talking about record stores, you'd be down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, I'm just soaking it in. So you're talking about, so standard is the is that a deck or that's a game?
Standard is a 60 card format that relies on the newest products that come out
Okay.
in general.
All right.
You know, and I think
Okay.
it's amazing that they want to bring it back and make it fleshed out again. But is it good enough? Is it going to be good enough? Is a question, because Commander took a president's toll over standard, especially since lockdown, where
Mm-hmm.
Commander became the main format, because you can play with Commander at home with your friends, because there's no real supported competitive nature to Commander at the moment other than competitive EDH. And standard usually has a cycling system where cards cycle in and out of format. Wizards just to fly cycle cards because they want people to fold back from Commander into standard and have more time to play with their cards, which is going to be interesting to see, because if they don't keep up on that ban list and some card gets broken for 3 years, that's going to be insane.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
They
it
need,
seems like,
but they need to lower that power creep. This is just my opinion. They need to lower that power creep down and try to. And if they don't want to lower the power creep, then they need to bring the other colors and give them some power creep
mm,
to where, and then when then people will see, this is just as strong as that.
yeah, the lost red is very good. Red is, in general, one of the better colors to run in the set as a monocolor.
Yeah.
So I believe you.
They need to weaken the red, bring, white, blue, and white. I mean, I didn't say white. White, blue, green. I mean, just the other colors. They need to bring them up with the power creep so they can go up against red.
Well, normally in standard, when like red becomes too powerful, they try to make blue or another color more powerful to go against it or fix it.
Mhm.
So that's where the power creep is always fluctuating because Wizards does like to try to keep standard equal, but they can't always they can't always predict what's going to be the best card in standard. Moonshaker is printed for Commander. Yeah, okay. And D. Lawson, I hope everything's doing all right on your end. I hope you're being amazing. You are awesome, and I hope your family's doing okay in this time. And I want to shed a little light on you and say, you are a moonshaker yourself. Woo woo. Now, if I looked as handsome as Cookie Dude, I'd probably be getting more of the views. But I don't look as
Right.
good. I don't. I said if I looked as handsome as you, I'd get more views on my channel.
Well,
Yeah. But
let me see here. How's that?
thank you. I'm kidding. I said you looked good. I didn't say you looked bad. I said I'd get more views if I looked as good as you. But anyway,
well, now you, since you can't see me, you look good as me.
that's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works. It's like mirror, mirror on the wall.
Who's the most handsome on my law?
Yeah, that's right.
So I gotta say
That's
to
right.
your lies. All
So
of
I
your lies.
can't be
That's
as
what I gotta say.
Zip the shit up. Frank, hush. Okay, because you know better.
yeah, right. I can't be as amazing as Super Fast. He is amazing and awesome. You know, he has awesome people on his channel. So, I mean, what can I say?
You could say
What is Wizards?
And it's going to take.
Is that another deck? The Wizards.
the
But it will.
Wizards is a
will-
company that makes Magic.
But it will take them a while to fix standard. To get people back into the store. And yeah, I agree. They need to focus and put a lot of focus on these LGSs. Because if the LGS succeeds, Magic succeeds. Wizards succeeds.
Like
And if they don't focus on the LGS, they will eventually die.
yeah, there's a lot of
The
LGS.
only thing they'll have is Arena.
Right. Arena cannot carry Magic alone in a healthy paper format.
No, it cannot.
And the LGS, Dad, if you're asking, it stands for local game store.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, like that place you took me down in Reno when I was down there to look at Magic cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a game store. That's an LGS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what you're talking about. Now I know. Okay.
Got our own Magic players have their own slang.
I guess, yeah. I imagine.
It's like
Like
LGS.
anything.
LGS, that's local game store. WOTC, that's Wizards of the Coast, which are the ones that make the Magic cards.
It's true.
Yeah.
Slinging it up.
There you go.
Look for the cool hip crowd.
Look at me getting educated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And WOTC, we call WOTC because Wizard of the Coast abbreviation is WOTC. So Watt for WOT, C for C, WOTC. We're not going to say Ulges for LGS because it's just easy to say LGS and try to enunciate Ulges.
Right.
Oldies.
Oldies, yeah. Going to the local old.
Hmm.
No, okay, we
Well,
don't say oldies. We don't say oldies.
no.
But
Okay.
but you know what is it? Well, you know what we do say is we say, hey, like the stream if you're liking the stream. And I also want to bring up, we're in the middle of the show, and I want to bring light to KarnsArtopia.com, where she sells awesome, high quality, homemade dice bags, dice boxes, jewelry, dice pets, and other fun Magic the Gathering swag. Sweet, sweet swag. Check her out. Woo woo.
That's also where you can get a super fast tortoise dice bag, a prime 406 dice bag, or MTG hillbilly dice bag.
Hillbilly, hillbilly.
And right now I got mine in the works, and as soon as I get it, I'll show it off here on this stream. Right?
Can't wait to see you show off your own dice bag. That'd be
Yeah.
pretty bonkers. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Super fast dice bag. That's right.
It's gonna have my slang on it, my catchphrase on it, which is
Dag
"Dag
damn
blag it."
Dag blag it. That is awesome. That is awesome.
That's cool. So,
That is catchphrase.
so other than looking handsome, you know,
Yes.
because there's three of us with beards looking extremely handsome on screen, you know. What would be something that you think would improve the standard game other than power creep? And I'd like to start off by saying I think one thing that'd be improved is having a focus on product only being sold into the LGS. Like you can only find this product at the LGS.
I think they need to bring, give the LGS some prizes.
Right? Some better prizes.
Yeah, better prizes for coming in to the store and playing standard contests. And also, what they used to do when I first started playing Magic was back when I think remember the name of the set I started playing first pre-release. Anyway, what they used to do, they'd have these pre-made decks, and they just give them to local game stores for them to just hand out to new players. So new players can, have some cards.
Michael Superbacker, Richie Dubs, I'm all right. SFT July Prime, hey buddy. Wait, what's up, Michael Superbacker? Superbacker. Hey, Superbacker, this is a piece of paper. This came from a tree. Yes, a tree.
A tree.
Oh man. All right.
What they need to do is bring those back.
The trees?
No, the deck, the pre-made decks to give to new players.
Right. Well, you know
that would help new players come in, but for the experienced players, they need to give them, some kind of incentive to come and play the LGS tournaments.
All right, Superbacker. The topic today is the future of Magic: The Gathering standard safe, and we're talking about what would make standard better, more viable as a paper format. Yes, because like you're right. I think like one thing I've noticed in that I've seen in the background, like not enough attention put to, but Wizards have been posting on their sites. They're doing pro tours and tournaments like that, but they're not really showcasing them on YouTube, which they should, and not just Twitch, because not all of us do Twitch. I mean, sometimes I Twitch, but like on YouTube, make it bigger, make it known, make it better, get the competitive scene back. You know,
Right. I used to do Twitch. I used to watch Twitch all the time. I don't. I just got tired of Twitch, so I just do YouTube. I mean,
right?
and Kaladesh, that's the set I was trying to think of. That's when I first started playing Paper Magic.
Ooh, that's an
Ooh.
interesting set to get into because I really didn't like the energy mechanic. The energy. Unlike
Kaladesh.
So
that dude has.
when you say paper, do you mean like the paper cards or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When you say paper, we're talking about the paper physical cards.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, Michael
So-
Flipperbacker says, I've been buying into intro packs on eBay. They come with 60 card decks in 2 packs. Nice.
Cool.
I don't think they make those anymore. Well, because they'd hand out those intro packs for free.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they make it anymore. So here's a question. Because I think like defining the topic was one of the main things in here. Is what do you think people would misunderstand about the feature of Magic the Gathering Standard?
I think it's going to die unless they fix it.
All right, okay. The question was, what do you think people would misunderstand?
Would people misunderstand?
Yeah,
Such as new player or experienced player.
more of an experienced player.
What would an experienced player misunderstand about Magic?
Like
Well-
about today's topic.
What they would probably misunderstand is the way Wizards is going to go.
Right. Yeah. And I think one thing people would misunderstand about the future of Magic the Gathering is having to be in a world of Commander that you're so focused on every set that comes out just for Commander, because every set that comes out, every card's playable.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the reality of the feature of Standard is that you don't have to follow every set for Standard. Only the standard sets, and people don't realize people misunderstand that there's not an influx of standard product like we want or need or what we're used to now.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me why it's broken. Tell you why what's broken. I think people are in different parts of the stream today.
The reason why I think Standard is broken is because it's broken in LGSs because it's not played. It's like my local LGS, they have tournaments. They have tournaments, but there is no standard tournaments.
Ew. Lawson. Hey, you throwing ups. You have to watch what prizes you give out. You will bring out the sharks and ruin the fun for everyone else. I think Wizards. That's a good comment, Lawson. I think Wizards has known that because remember, back in the day, all of our pre-release promos used to be certain mythic and everything. And like not only just a certain mythic, sometimes just a busted mythic. And they changed that up so it would be more equal.
Yep. But another thing that Wizards need to do, if they want to make these LGS work for them,
Right.
they need to give the LGSs some incentive to do standard.
Right. They need to give LGSs more of an incentive to host Magic at the front of their store nowadays. Like,
right.
Make it prevalent. That's what they do. Prime says it's alive and well here, and that's good. That's good for your area.
Let me tell you about this LGS. It's a hobby store.
Right.
It's called Hometown Hobby,
Mm-hmm.
and you take a new player. They drive by that store. They don't know what's in that store.
Right.
They don't know you can. They don't know you can buy magic cards there.
Right.
All they see is Hobby Town. That's it.
Hmm.
All right. Here's another question for you. Because actually, a while ago, made a list of questions I can pull from to ask questions from for each show to kind of highlight the different thought process. But what is the most out of character thing WOTC could do to improve the subject we're talking about, like make it standard more viable? I mean, if you don't got an answer, I got an answer. I mean, I'll answer after your answer unless you don't have a thought yet.
I'm trying to think. What could they do out of character? Make standard
something
better?
that you wouldn't expect them to do. While you're thinking about that, I'm going to answer with my question. I'll answer my question here first. I think the most out of character thing WOTC could do is make a line specifically to be sold at local game stores for the standard environment. Like only can be found and only for standard. It's not something you can find on Amazon, or it's not something you can find at Walmart, but something that can only be found and sold to the local game store for people to buy at said local game store.
Yep.
And I think that would be the most out of character thing I could think of that would help standard, and help drive businesses to the store, especially if they made it a hot item,
But, yeah, all right. My response to that answer is we need to, make these stores promote them more.
Right.
It's like my LGS does not promote Magic. They do not promote anything. But if they give that LGS a more incentive, such as a little bit of money, say, hey, here's some money, promote my product.
Right.
And then they can get that store to promote their product even more to bring in more people.
Oh, no doubt. And the crazy thing about that is Wizards used to promote like that, right?
Right.
They used to push for that promotion, but now Magic sells itself the most. But the problem I see why it's not that easy anymore is because, the product that people sell can be found online for cheaper.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
But if they raise those prices, it makes the LGS prices cheaper. People go into the LGS more. But they need to also get these LGSs to promote their product. And let's take some experienced player, for example. Let's say they move from one state to another state. All right. If they're experienced, that's good. But they're not going to be able to buy the product unless they know the product is out there. And if they can't find the product, since it's not being promoted, how they get the product?
Right. Like I remember back in the day of my time when you walk by a game store, you wouldn't know it was a game store, but when you look at the window, you'd see like props of Liliana or some planeswalker or that sign say Magic the Gathering up front and at the window because that was a hot item.
Yeah.
Now
they need to go back to that.
Yeah, we need, and those props go for money too. People still sell those online. Like those old ones. That's pretty banging.
Yeah.
Pretty banging.
They need to go back to that. Get back to your roots. Improve your roots. Not the future. Roots. Because if you improve your roots, then you fix the problem that's here with standard.
Oh yeah.
Standard.
No, they need to go back to those roots. You know, it's just hard because the internet era changed a lot of things. Hey, Robert,
Good morning, everybody. How's the
Morning.
coffee? I'm late for coffee.
you are late for coffee. You're
You
probably
are
drinking
late.
slow now.
I'm missing my second. Yeah, Mrs. Hillbilly didn't make me my second cup, so I'm just suffering.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's on the table today? What are we discussing?
Ooh. Well, is the future of Magic the Gathering standard safe, paper product, and what would make it better? What would be different ways to make it viable? Like things Wizards could do to promote and make standard Magic healthy again.
Make standard healthy again.
Yes. And so we've covered talking about, like Hillbilly talked about fixing power creep, which I think Wizards think Wizards tried to fix it, but they're always pushing power creep to push new product. So it's like a messed up situation there. And I think we were talking about ways that WOTC can improve the local game store experience by delivering certain products only for local game stores that are worth buying at game stores, and for standard environment, like a standard product, that things you cannot find on Amazon or Walmart.
Yep, I
But
agree
you know,
with those.
All right. Then we were talking about promoting competitive play more, like because like WotC barely promotes their championships, their pro tours very much, and you don't do it on YouTube. And I think they should do that, give light to the pro tours. But like the money, I think part of the aspect there is the money's not there anymore, where you can win tons of money to live off the circuit. Because there used to be a circuit you could go into that if you reached a certain level of professionalism in Magic the Gathering, you basically paid your way to stay up there.
Yep.
You know, the money's it's like Wizards doesn't want to post the money or have the money shield out there anymore. Then we're asking the question, where is the question? I don't know where the question is. My brain just died. No, anyways, my brain's looking at all these questions, and I was like, "Oh, interesting questions." So,
Fair.
but here's a question for you, Robert.
Yeah.
What is one thing you wish you could ask WotC about their thoughts on the standard market?
That's an answer in a question.
One question I wish I could ask WotC. So the only thing I want to know is, why did they stop standard support and the Pro Tour when they did?
Mm-hmm.
Because they totally stopped, all support for standard. They stopped, the DCI program, Player Rewards Network, all of that. Why did they stop it? That's when standard died. When WotC stopped supporting standard, that's basically what killed it. And it kind of felt to me, when I learned about that a couple of years ago coming back into the game, was they were trying to push the digital product, which for them makes sense. You make a crap ton of money on fake cards,
right,
that don't have any value.
Right.
So that would be my question to WotC. Why did you stop? What was the purpose of that? And now you're trying to bring standard back, and I can see they're trying, but I feel the damage has been done, and it's going to take time.
Been a large impact there. I totally forgot to think about the DCI system that they took away from us.
Yeah, like there's no rewards now. Like back then, when I quit, you could go and play FNMs and stuff like that, and you accumulated reward points. For those who are newer and don't know that time, you accumulated reward points, and you went online and you could cash those in for promo cards that WotC would send you, like these awesome textless cards, like the Textless Damnations and Oxidize and things of that nature.
Oh yeah.
And And now that reward system is kaput. They ended it. And I still have my ancient DCI card from back when DCI started. And I'm like, well, this is worthless. I had hundreds of reward points saved up that I didn't get to cash in on because I wasn't here.
Oh yeah, that's rough.
See, that goes back. That goes back to what I was saying. Roots. They need to go back to their roots.
Yeah, they definitely need to go back to the roots because they need a good system put in place. Because like Wizards makes enough money right now, they could do a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when they're shilling out their profit margins on products they're selling. And they're like, "Oh, we made tons of money. Oh, let me drink a cocktail."
Yeah.
Well, if you made it, if you made tons of money, why are you not going back to your roots, getting the DCI back?
Because they're making tons of money. So why don't they have a dedicated Magic store? I mean, is that not a thing? I know you have hobby stores that have Magic, but
so
I don't know
they
if
did
Wizards
actually
has a store of their own to sell their own product, but it's definitely not nationwide if they do.
No, they did actually have their own store years and years ago up in Renton, which you could get tokens and like pins and things like that. That was a Wizards of the Coast store, but they discontinued that. So now I think their store is through Amazon, through their partnership with Amazon, which is where you get the cheaper boxes, is the direct Wizards stuff.
So they got rid of the brick and mortar. Now it's more online presence.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
If they get rid of their online presence, that would help the LGSs also.
Yeah.
They want to help the LGS.
Yeah. There's a lot of things they could do, and like what they're talking about, these changes with Arena will help a little. Like the integrating physical play with digital play, but it needs to be reversible. It needs to be, like, for example, Hillbilly, you have very few physical cards, right?
Right.
Or, yeah. So, like, if you played enough that you were able to get a redemption on Arena for more physical cards, just like playing in person gives you digital, which is what they're talking about doing. Like if you go to FNM, you get rewards and quests completed on MTG Arena, so you get digital rewards for playing in person. Well, if they did the same thing but reversed, where you got physical cards for playing Arena, I think that would help too.
That'd be amazing if they kind of went back to that program of thinking like the DCI number of points, where you get so many points, you can return them for a certain promo card at the time.
Yeah.
And they're like, just don't make a text list cryptic command again, but stay in the realm of being awesome.
Right. Don't shake your cavalry text list. Like you look at the card, you're like, what the hell does it do?
Right.
The artwork's awesome, but yeah, bruh.
Yeah, bruh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that would help as we're leaning into the future. It needs to be an integration between digital and physical.
It's going to take them a year, at least a year, to fix standard.
Right. Then we also need a way for people to interact with the product like that more. If you're engaging in this point system and going to your local or be the best place to get these points, if you're going to these tournaments and stuff and getting this prize support or this earnings, so to say, because if you think about it, doing all this work to play Magic and getting these points and earning your reward system, that would probably push people to play more Magic. There's no incentive without the DCI system to have to go to the store when you can play Magic for free at home.
Exactly.
Now, if they have that DCI going, I would definitely go into LGS just for that DCI rewards.
So, what is DCI?
I'd have to look it up.
I can't remember what it stands for at this time, but it was an integrated program between LGS's players and judges. So you could get certified to be a Magic the Gathering judge through the DCI judge system. And if you're in the DCI player system, as you won tournaments or even participated, you got points that you could redeem on their website for player rewards, like, textless cards or laminated DCI card, or, things of that nature. Well, life counters, whatever. There was all sorts of stuff that they changed up, and it was kind of like a cute little rewards program. Basically, just play our game and you get rewards, and that supported the LGS because people came in to physically play, just to get access to those rewards. It's an additional level for you.
Right, like it's basically like your little gas card they use to save up points to get cheaper discounts on products from the gas station or more gas. It's basically like that, but for playing Magic.
Yep. And it was a revolutionary program. Like, nobody was doing that kind of stuff back then. And when I found out they did away with it, that honestly hurt my soul.
Poor little soul.
Imagine they pushed some players out when they got rid of it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure some people got really ticked off because I'm not sure about the timeline, but I want to say it was around the time that Arena was being released and gaining speed. So it really looked like it was like, stop playing in person, start playing on Arena.
Right. And, in-person play needs to be shilled out more, and that Arena those DCI points should come back for sure, because those were part of the reason why people were able to stay up top in the professional realm and keep making the money they were. People had goals and dreams and aspirations because of those points, that point system, to be professional players that lived off the game itself, living the dream.
And then you also had judges. The judge promos were insane. Like, you had Gaia's Cradle foil. The only foil of Gaia's Cradle ever was a judge promo.
Right.
Card. And you had Vamp Tutor and, all these amazing rewards. And now judges are getting basic lands. Like, really?
Wow.
Basic lands.
Judges need a little more support because it's not an easy. There's a lot to learn in this game to be a Magic judge, and especially higher level judging.
Oh yeah. So, no, there's a lot. There's a lot, especially with the complexity of the rules always changing with different mechanics. Pretty soon you'll have a card that has three different sides: the front side, the back side, and a folded side.
Right. And a folded side, and then if you can origami a card into a freaking swan, then you win.
Right.
That's a 99.99 unblockable creature that says when it enters the battlefield, you win the game.
It sounds like you guys all want to go back to the Magic when it started.
Well, we want more.
No,
not necessarily.
We crave more of the inspirational competitive side of Magic, where it made you feel like you were getting something out of playing the game while playing the game.
Right.
Yeah, it was back then. I don't want it to go back to the beginning, because the beginning, frankly, it sucked.
Right.
It was horrendous. Tournament structure was bad. The rules were bad. They were very complicated, and they were up for interpretation. I wanted to go back to how it was, 10 years ago, but integrate that digital level.
Right.
Allow the digital level, because, I don't have an LG, but if I could play Arena and get physical rewards for playing Arena, that would be awesome. Because I don't have an LG. I can't go and get my FNM promos anymore.
Right.
I can't go and get my game day championship game promos and things like that other people can. So for me, it'd be great because I could play Arena from my hotel or whatever
Oh
and
yeah.
accumulate physical cards and get rewarded for it. As it sits, I have Arena, but I don't play it because I get nothing out of it.
Right. The only thing you can get out of Arena is the gold, the gems, the wild cards, just for the next set. But that's it. I
Yeah,
mean,
just digital currency that does
Yeah.
me no good
exactly.
for anything else. So
Right.
I mean, it's a way to play Magic. That's it.
yep.
There is no value there, but that's it. I mean, just digital cards.
And at least with Moto, you can still get the physical cards with Moto. You just have to collect a complete non-foil set of digital cards and turn them in, and you get a complete non-foil standard set shipped from Wizards. That option is still around on Moto and has been since day one, but Arena doesn't have anything like that.
Well, I don't know. It seems like you should play Magic because you like playing Magic, and not because there's incentive to play Magic.
Well, there's a difference between playing Magic because you like Magic. So we like Magic, so we keep playing Magic.
Right.
But when the pro circuit was there, and you had a goal to achieve or a goal to aspire to, made the experience more elevating.
Right.
So when
made the game
when
more fun.
When they had the pro circuit, then your goal was to get on the pro circuit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get on the pro circuit, or like if there were 5K GPs coming in, which had like 5K for the top prize, $5,000. Yeah, go enter in, go play at a higher competitive level, and then if you want to do the pro tour, you win enough, you get into the pro tour qualifier. You win that, you get onto the pro tour.
I mean, imagine being able to listen to your music and earn points to doing so. And by listening to more music, and you listen to your amount, you get like free songs out of doing so.
Wow. Yeah, that'd be incentive. Listen to music, get free songs.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm up for that.
Right? Same kind of idea. You love music, you listen to music anyways, but now if that incentive was there, you'd listen to more music.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Magic, you used to be able to get, free cards for playing. And now you don't.
Yeah, you used to get incentivized for playing their game because they wanted you to. Now they don't care if you do.
Yeah,
it's scary that you buy the product.
They got in their mind. What I think they got in their minds now is, well, you play. You don't, you leave. That's fine too, because there's another person right behind you coming into the game.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. They're gambling on how many old players are quitting versus how many new people we can bring in.
Right.
So if 5 old people quit but 10 new people come in, well, you've gained 5 players.
Right.
So that's their gamble that they've been doing the past couple of years. And it's little off-putting, but
they want to keep the veterans.
They don't. They don't care if they keep the veterans or not.
Wow.
Some they want to keep around and keep happy, but others they really not really. What's the point? But if you look at it from a money perspective, like if you have a collection and you have everything you want in that collection, are you going to spend any money? No. But a new player who's trying to accumulate a collection, they're going to spend money.
Yeah.
So the older players don't make them any money, and they're just grumpy guys shaking arcanes at the clouds type dudes.
Yeah, that makes. So someone like me would have to start and spend money.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
So for a new player coming in, they're spending money. The older established players, they're not spending money. So they don't care about the old players leaving. They care about bringing in the new ones.
The older players The older players just turn into grumpy old collectors who tell people how to collect the game and give their harsh opinions of being collectors in the game, and
That's right.
you know, tell you and talk about how good Magic used to be.
Yep.
The life
And
of
be
the
like-
corporation.
And just remember what I said earlier. Sell. It's all to zero. Sell.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I talk about the records of the past versus, the new music, and how we like the older music better than the new music, and so I understand now. People got into Magic because they liked it, and they got Magic because there's incentive to get free product, which you don't get anymore.
Right. It wasn't about the free product. It was about the reward system.
Right.
Right. Because the free product were basically rewards.
Well, that's what I
Yeah,
mean.
you felt a little
That's
more
what I
in
mean. You
touch and
play for.
appreciated at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like Derek put it perfect. If I play the record in or music, and then if I listen to music, then I get music for listening to it.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Right.
rewarded.
Right.
Right. Because
but-
they give you incentive.
Yeah, they did away with that.
Yep.
So now you guys can just go retire, and us old new guys will inherit the game.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And Louis Scott Vargas will still take down the next Pro Tour again.
Probably. In your place.
Right.
It's kind of like for you, Mr. Koji. It's kind of like like the rock in the 70s and 60s, and then you listen to the rock in the 80s, and you hear all the synthesizer crap, and you're like to me, I like the synth. I grew up in the 80s, so I love the synthesizer sounds and everything. But my mom, she hated the synthesizer. She hates any synthesizer in any song. Same kind of difference.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, yeah, I kind of like the rock sound. I like the '80s, music. I mean, I was an adult. I mean, in the '80s, so it was different. I mean, I grew up in the '60s and '70s. I'm an old man, like super fast. But, he looks sexy like me. That's right. Super awesome. It should be awesome super fast. Change the name.
Oh,
The
yeah.
ever amazing Tortoise.
Ever amazing. And we're going to go to the open forum. Woo!
Whoa.
Wow.
What's that clicking sound? You hear that clicking sound? Sounds like a cricket?
Yeah, it's Robert.
That's me. I was driving. I'm driving.
Oh, okay.
I'm like a Geiger counter, predicting earthquakes and stuff and radiation.
Yeah.
Well, I
never
am in
mind,
New
that's
Mexico, so we got the radiation.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you live in New Mexico?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes,
I
sir.
live in New Mexico. So super fast.
Yeah, that's where I was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got 3 gas stations down where Superfast was born, actually, down in Alamogordo.
Nice.
Alamogordo. It's changed a lot since I was there in the '80s.
Oh yeah, it's changed even since 10 years ago. I'll be honest. It's getting bigger and bigger.
Probably.
I googled Alamo. They got a 4-lane highway, or a highway now going into town from the base. And I just blew my mind away. So,
Oh yeah.
when I was there, it was
But
just a little town, little tiny town. You know, I know Superfast doesn't remember he lived on Bruce Avenue. You know, he was just a little tyke. You know.
but you'll be happy to hear that Hell Staff still closes the entire highway down once a month.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah. Geez. I had a lot of interesting times in Alamogordo.
Hot desert
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah. It was all desert. You know, on the base, they painted the rocks green to pretend they were grass.
Yes, yes, I've seen that.
what's on your agenda today, Superfast?
My agenda for today, man, is I gotta make some phone calls today. Some basic life necessities and have fun. It is a Tuesday. The wife is off. Yeah,
Ooh.
I'll
Yes.
probably make some dessert.
Time
Good
for
times.
fun times.
Mhm.
Yes. Fun
What,
times.
so what's going on with you, Hillbilly? What's you got on agenda?
Well, I'm just going to play arena today and then go outside later and play with the dog.
Play with the dogs.
Make him run up and down the yard.
Mm,
Yeah,
fun.
Make him exercise.
Oh
Right.
yeah,
We know Coogee Dude is going to open up a new store selling records and magic cards.
cool.
Yeah. I wish.
Right.
I would do that too. If I had the resources, I would open a record store with magic, you know, and play Uriah Heep the Wizard. Yeah. So, you know, or Rainbow.
Right.
They have a song about the wizards, Stargazer.
Right.
That's about a wizard who builds up and then he falls down from grace. You know.
Right.
Hell
Uh,
yeah.
hell yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Time to rock on.
Time for
Yeah.
caca.
Yeah.
All right.
So open forum. Yeah, I gotta get ready for the winter. You know, up here. It's, it's actually we didn't have a summer up here. I mean, we had one day that got close to 100,
Wow, that's
and
neat.
Must be
and
nice.
the rest of the time it's been cold.
Right.
I mean, it's a cold summer here. I mean, the rest of the country is burning up, but
Oh yeah.
it's been mild here. So
It got so hot here you take a egg and throw it out on the sidewalk and cook it.
I
Yeah.
bet.
We were over 100 for over 100 days. So we're just starting to cool down finally.
Yeah. So yeah, we never. This has been a weird summer. I mean, it's last year at this time it was close to 90. I don't think we're going to get over 70 today. You know, we should be hot in late September, October. It starts cooling down, but we started cooling down in August.
That's crazy.
It is, but we're going to get a lot of snow this year again. Probably up in the mountains, 30 to 50 feet.
All right.
All
All
right.
right. It's time to close off the show. Thank you guys for showing up, being awesome, being amazing. Coogee Dude,
All right.
Hillbilly,
Hillbilly Robert, super
Thank you,
fast.
thank you.
you're streaming tonight, right? Hillbilly, streaming at 2 o'clock.
Yep, 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
All right.
Central Standard Time.
All right.
Battle in
All
the
right. Well, good.
Alrighty then.